Right, I'm excited to share with you how we closed 80% of our marketing proposals and hardly ever spent over 15 minutes creating a proposal. And the last couple steps in here are probably one of the most important that a lot of people miss. So I really want you to pay attention and watch this video to the very end. But the first step really starts off with creating a cover letter. And the sad stat is only 9 out of 100 agencies actually create a cover letter, and it's so important. It's almost, a cover letter is almost kind of like that homepage. It has to get your attention in order to further go through the proposal. So you want to write a good cover letter, and this could be a template, and I'll go to that in a little bit. Now, step number 2 is all about writing an executive summary. Now, this is one of probably the most important parts of your proposal, and so many of us get it wrong. And what we get wrong is we summarize what's in the proposal. And this is not a place to summarize that. The idea of an executive summary is to actually tell them what they're going to get, what their problem is, and what's their impact, and what do they want. That's what you're supposed to do in the executive summary. And so we would basically kind of frame what they're going to get and kind of pre-frame the conversation that we're going to have. And we would use kind of what we call NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, where we're going to state 2 obvious facts that we know is true, and when they hear something that they know is true, they're going to start believing the other parts. So it's all about building trust. And that's how we start off NLP. And then we basically start going over what they want, what their problem is, what's the impact of them not doing something, or what's the impact of them doing it, so they can make the decision. Because it's basically trying to make sure that they create urgency in order to make a decision. That's the goal of an executive summary. Now, the third thing is you want to categorize all the services that you're doing for them and be very descriptive in each of the categories. So for example, for our agency, we did a lot of UX and design, as well as custom development, marketing, SEO, and pay-per-click. And so that could be kind of overwhelming if we just started listing it out and we didn't categorize it. So we would basically categorize it into creative, marketing, development, and then hosting. That's how we had it. And it was just easy to follow. And then in each section, we were very descriptive. We described the process to the T because we wanted to educate them better than anybody else. And the person that educates the end user is normally going to win, because everybody else was very vague and they're saying, well, they've educated me on this process before I even paid them. Well, I'm going to go with them. And the other part of this that you want to be really careful of is don't put pricing in this section. If you put pricing in this section, it could have sticker shock in the very beginning. So let's say you started off on creative and they went to web design and saw $50,000. They could be freaked out and then they don't want to read further, okay? You're going to put the pricing under everything that you categorized, okay? So you're basically going to almost create a menu, even though you're not giving them options. You're going to create kind of a menu of listing out all the services. So you're going to list out web design, you're going to list out SEO, pay-per-click, social media, mobile site, mobile responsive, whatever it is. You're going to list it all out with the pricing relating to that. But you're going to do that at the bottom just so they can see a snapshot of what everything's going to take. The other thing you really want to do is you want to make sure you don't give them options, okay? If you give them options, now they have to make 2 decisions. And we can all agree that if you have to make 2 decisions, it's a lot harder than making 1. They're coming to you as a trusted advisor. And so you're asking the right questions to figure out how to solve their problem. And so they're looking to you in order to tell them what they need. So when you come with a proposal, you need to present based on what we know about you, your problems, what you've gone through. This is what we recommend. All right, the next step is all about where do we put the About Us section in the proposal. So many of us put the About Us in the very beginning of the proposal, which is the wrong place. They don't care about you, not yet. They care about themselves. I think we can all agree about that. So that it's not time for them to understand why you created the agency and your history and all the team members. That's not the place for it. Go in the order that I just went through. Cover letter, executive summary, categories of services, price, and then the About Us section. And in the About Us section, what we would include is, our team members' bios that are going to be on the project, testimonials, and then, how long we've been around, certifications that we have, useful information. Awards are not useful unless you won Best Place to Work, which would prove to them that everybody likes working there and they probably should work with you. Okay, that was the only award that we ever put in our proposal template. All right, step number 7, it's all about creating a killer master template. This was the main reason we were able to do a proposal so quick. So many of us, I'm not going to name any names, including me, we would do a proposal for Hitachi or LegalZoom or whoever, and then we pull bits and pieces out that we could remember. And so it would take a long time to build this new proposal, an hour, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes a lot longer for some of you, right? Could be, maybe. And so what we did is we built this huge master template. So we would go to it and we do the find and replace as soon as we opened it. We would modify the executive summary. That's where we would put the main meat behind it and the customization. But basically in there, we're copying and pasting the notes we've already taken with the client. So that's fairly easy. And then we'll go through and take out any of the stuff that doesn't apply. So if we're not doing SEO or pay-per-click or social media and we're just doing web design, perfect. We just leave that in there. And we go to the pricing page. We adjust the pricing based on the value-based pricing that we're doing and what they expect and what we think we can win the deal at, right? And then we basically created the proposal in under 15 minutes. Now it may take you a little bit longer, but you should shoot for a lot quicker than what you're doing now, because I've seen all the stuff that you guys are working on and it doesn't work. You just can't create proposals that long. And here's the other thing. If you're working on RFPs and you're saying, well, Jason, what about RFPs? There's 2 winners to every RFP. The first one that wins it and the first one out. We never did RFPs unless we wrote them. So there you go. All right, and the last step, which is probably one of the most important steps that everybody F's up, okay? I'm gonna be for real with you. Don't send the proposal. If you send the proposal, you risk the client going dark. What we would do is, as a client would come to us and we engaged with them, we qualified them, we met with them and all that, we would say, great, I would love to do a proposal for you. I think we'd be a great fit for you. When can we review this with you? And if they said, no, just send it to us. No, that's not how it works. This is our process. I certainly understand if you want someone to send a proposal, we may not be the right fit for you. And we would back out, and they would always usually pull us back in. But don't send the proposal until you're able to review that proposal with them. Once you're able to review that proposal with them, then feel free to send it, and then they can go through it as a company. All right, so those are the 8 steps. I hope this helped you out. And if you want to see our proposal template, there should be a link somewhere on this page that you can get access to that. And that will provide you even more. And then you'll see kind of the madness that we use to go through. And so you're able to create proposals really quick. So until next time, I'll chat with you soon.